Hey guys, Lotus Streams here, coming at you with another battle report. And today we got some really, let's say, rare armies, because I usually don't play them and they're not played very often anyway. But since Chaos Demons Codex got out recently, I wanted to give it a try and run a Slaanesh army yet again, because I always do. And I think they got some great changes to them and in general to the demons, making them more feel like the army they are used to be. And one of my viewers requests to have a Black Templar army, so why not? I'm not a big fan of the Black Templars in general. It's not because I don't like their fluff or anything, but they have very limited options. They don't have any access to psychic powers because of their fluff, and their specialty is just charging, and that's it. So they don't have much to work with, to be honest. But I tried and see if I can make something more close combat oriented work. So what we have here is everything in one single detachment. We got a entire, entirely fit is a big thing, but it's just a battalion detachment. In this case, obviously the chapters are all Black Templars, so they all can reroll failed charge rolls. And as HQ, I got Chaplain Grimaldus with his Crusader Squad plasma pistol. He has some nice little buffs going on for all the guys around him, and that he can reroll failed hit rolls just in the fight phase. But we will be in the fight phase most of the time anyway, so that fits. And he also enables them to get additional attacks on sixes, which is a little bit like the Khorne mechanic, because they have very similar traits. And he is basically just there for the support. Everybody around him has his leadership. I believe leadership 9 that is, just because leadership is quite important this time around, because Shannon of Fear does not make them entirely immune. He is not very good at fighting himself because of the Crusader Squad, but he will make everybody else fight harder, and we have quite a few close combat guys walking around here, and see if we can make that work. He's attended by 2 honor guards guys. They both have their standard, pretty much standard war gear, which is power sword, bowgun, bow pistol, whatnot, and they're just here to, in case they need to soak up some wounds and had some point left, that I could invest in some guys with some more heavy weapons, because we have enough spammed chainswords and whatnot, as you will see. In troops we have 3 squads. They are almost identical, except for the Squad Brothers. They are all Crusader squads, so they have a mixed bag of guys. They have Crusaders, Neophytes, and Initiates. The war gear is pretty much the same, except, as I said, the Sword Brothers. This one has a Power Axe chainsword, this one has a Thunderhammer chainsword, and this one has 2 Lightning Claws. No chainsword, obviously, because he had to drop that one. So they have some really good damage output, just because of the high amount of attacks. They have the highest leadership, and they also have an extra attack. Now everybody else is pretty much the same, except the Neophytes only wear their 4+ armor, and the Initiates at least have their 3+ armor saved, but even their leadership is leadership 7, and they just have 1 attack. Everybody has chainswords and pistols pretty much, or in this case combat knives, how they call it, but they are the equivalent of a chainsword in for all respects. And obviously they have a ton of attacks. These are huge squads, so it's very easy to spread the buff to all of them, and I hope that everybody will be in range of Grimaldus pretty much all the time, to make them as efficient as they can be. The more elite part of the army is 2 squads, 1 Vanguard squad, pretty big, with all pretty much axes and the like, except the lieutenant. The lieutenant is a elite choice, but he's just an HQ in terms of what he can do. And he has a Thunderhammer chainsword, so he also has a dual wielding kind of weapon, but he also has the Crusader's Helm. The Crusader's Helm is essentially just a increase in his aura ability, which gives, I believe, reroll once when wounding, and he obviously has to have a jump pack so he can go around with the other guys and play with him. Apparently he also has a pole pistol chainsword, but I'm not sure if he can have everything. Seems to be a little bit over the top, but that's okay. And then, as I said, we have a Vanguard squad, the sergeant with a storm shield and an axe, and then we have 4 more axes, and the rest is just bare bones basic with chainswords. In this case, it's actually chainswords because we need more volume of attacks. Against demons, it is very, very good to have a high volume. So everybody here will essentially be able to attack 2 times because of their normal profile, and then 2 times again because they have the chainswords. Because the weapon triggers in itself, because you can make an additional attack with this weapon. So they won't profit from any axes or something like that, they just get an extra attack in general. The next thing we have is the Emperor's Champion. Obviously, if you're playing Black Templar at all, you want to play the Emperor's Champion. He is a pretty good close combat character. He's running well around with his 2+ save, 4+ influence save, so he's pretty tanky. He has the Black Sword, which is a pretty nifty close combat weapon, and he is pretty much here to try and battle HQs if he can ever get them to them, because he gets +1 strength and attack while he is within 1 inch of enemy characters, and he rerolls any failed hit rolls when he is fighting enemy characters as well, just in case Grimaldus for some reason gets assassinated, which might happen. And just in case he is fighting a character or a monster, which is also a bunch of stuff that the demons have, he is also rerolling any failed wound rolls. So he pretty much rerolls everything. He, with his Black Sword, he's strength 6, AP -3, damage D3, so a mix of a better power sword, or let's say force sword, with some additional strength. Other than this, he does not really have any specific stuff to save him. He's just on 4 wounds, so he has to be a little bit careful when he fights, but hopefully he does the damage before he dies. Then we have a Templar assault squad. Everybody is WYSIWYG, so hammer, shield, and they will be going in a Land Raider Crusader. Obviously we have to take a Crusader because we have Black Templar, but even still the Crusader is a good option because against demons in this case you need a high volume. Obviously I didn't make this army before I knew what the other army was, but still in this case it is a very handy one because it has a high volume with the twin assault cannon, and the hurricane bolt is just in combination. There's enough room for them in there because they have a capacity of 16. Every Terminator counts twice, and then him is 11. And just in case Grimaldus is really in trouble or somebody else needs to join, they still have some room in there. And that's it. Alright. And that is, I think, 1850 on the dot of Black Templar. They have one stratagem that we should notify. I guess I don't think everybody knows what it is. It is just Deny the Witch, which can be very handy because there's powerful chaos spells in the game, and it just denies it on a 4+, no matter what kind of roll you need to make or anything. Since they don't have Psychers, this is very handy and might be able to save Grimaldus. Alright, then on the Slaanesh side we have Slaanesh and Emperor's Children, and it's pretty much a huge detachment. So what we have here is a ton of demonettes, because I was trying to get command points as much as I can to get deep access to deep striking, and we have a brigade detachment with 9 command points, and the only thing you can do this and still have points left over is probably Slaanesh, because Slaanesh has one of the cheapest unit options there are. We have in the HQ slot, not over here but over here, we have a Herald of Slaanesh with Ravaging Claws, Symphony of Pain, so basic setup, and the Herald of Slaanesh with Hysterical Frenzy, and otherwise the same. Symphony of Pain is just -1 to all hit rolls made for the unit that you target, which is pretty nasty considering it is all hit rolls, close combat or not. And Hysterical Frenzy essentially lets you fight once more. So just in case something survives, you can try to surround it, and if a fiend is around, they can't run away, and then the Hysterical Frenzy can actually try to finish it off. Very handy when you're fighting Land Raiders and the like, because obviously Demonettes and the like do not have very good profiles against high toughness and whatnot. So they're here for a little bit of support. And at the third HQ we have the Mask of Slaanesh with her serrated claws. Essentially, she is a utility character, but she has some pretty nasty close combat abilities as well, because she has a lot of attacks. She can advance and or fall back instead of charge, so she's pretty mobile and that's safe. But she also has the Locus of Beguilement, which is a -1 from any hit rolls in the fight phase that target a Demonette unit. So I have a stacking modifier to up to -2 when they are in close combat, which they most likely will. And she has the Eternal Dance, which means at the beginning of each fight phase you choose an enemy unit within 1 inch of the Mask of Slaanesh, so something she's in close combat with. And for the rest of the phase you add 1 to any hit rolls that target the chosen unit. So that will apply for Demonettes, for everything, for my possessed or whatnot. So it's a pretty powerful character in itself, and she's not very expensive. I'm not too sad if she dies. Should be fine. Alright, I'll get a second. There we go. The other thing we have here is a lot of troops. So we have 20 Demonettes, 2 squads, and we have, I believe, an instrument in both of them. Instrument of Chaos is just there for a +1 to the charge roll, which is pretty good because we need to make that charge, otherwise it's a little bit hard. 20 units because they get +1 to their attacks, and we have the ability to get them in there just as easy as you would do it normally. Other armies do not have access to that much power on board, but demons now have it because their power level is still 8, so it's 1 point to get these to the front, which is pretty easy. Obviously we have to take 6 troops, so I still have 4 more squads here. The reason why they're not over here is these are the girls that are deep striking, and these are the ones that have to go on foot. Feels bad, man, for them, but that's just the way it is. We can't deep strike everybody because we have the restriction of the match play. We have to have somebody on the field, and we don't have enough command points anyway at the end of the day, because we really need some more of these command points when we fight. Alright, then we have cheap as it can be, basically. We have 3 Fiends of Slaanesh single models in the elite. They are cheap, they are effective, they have some good close combat, and they are pretty fast. 14 inches, they can close the gap even if they don't spawn right in front of somebody. And then we have 3 squads of Furies. This is where the point reduction from the Furies kicks in, because they are not that bad anymore, because we can actually fill the fast attack with some cheap guys. That's all they are here for. Chaos spawns are not part of Demon Army. You cannot take them in a Demon Army if you want to have the Locus, which I'll talk about later. So you have to run some sort of a fast attack, and that is the Furies this game. Otherwise, obviously, no upgrades, because you can't upgrade them at all. They're just Mark of Slaanesh, and that's it. Then we have 3 Seeker Chariots. You have to have the Seeker Chariots because they're the cheapest heavy assault. And they are pretty fast. They have some nasty close combat if they get there. Usually they are a little bit too squishy, but to be honest, the Black Templar army does not have much shooting anyway, so that is just fine. And that is the entire thing. Since we have only Slaanesh demons, we will get access for every single HQ character to the locus of swiftness, which means we can declare a charge even if we advance in the movement phase. This is obviously not that big right now because we have a lot of teleporting going around, but this is a trait that everybody will have because the Emperor's Children have the very same trait for themselves. And talking about the Emperor's Children, we have a sorcerer on a steed of Slaanesh. Now it doesn't look like a steed of Slaanesh because I can't actually get a sorcerer on that fragile thing. So I ran him with a bike instead, just to make sure he looks as big as he should be. The reason why you put the sorcerer on a steed is he gets the ability to teleport around, because he gets the demon keyword. Since if he is riding on a steed, he basically has a demon under him, which is the same for the palanquin or the juggernaut, and that means we can teleport him to the front with the demon stratagem, which is really, really nasty, because he has some good support for the units that will be summoned in, and he will be able to support them to get into a charge like 100%. There's probably not a chance that they won't make it. He in himself is pretty tanky, but he doesn't have an invuln save, so that's an issue. However, he has warp time, so the nasty chaos spell that everybody doesn't like, because he can make a unit move as if it were the movement phase, and that, considering, is pretty strong here because everything here can actually move and advance and still charge. He is running around with a plasma pistol force axe because I had 7 points left, and he has to have a force weapon of some sorts. And he has the intoxicating elixir, so he's rocking 5 attacks and toughness, strength 5, say toughness 4. The his warlord trait is basically every time he loses a wound, he gets +1 attack. So if he is at 1 wound, he will have 9 attacks going on. And he will be very dangerous. I gotta kill him pretty fast. That is his warlord trait, because he has to be the warlord in order to take the elixir. In troops, we have to have a troop, obviously, which is just cultists, bunch of cultists, Mark of Slaanesh, no upgrades. They all have the close combat version. Do they look like close combat? Yeah, they have the close combat version. Seems good. And then finally, the thing that I wanted to try out, which is probably a bad idea, but that's how I roll. I don't care if it's bad or not. I'm trying to make Possess great again, as every edition, as every time. I still think they're not the best choice, but they have one big thing going on here. They are Space Marines, and they are demons. So they are affected by all stratagems that target heretic Astartes and demons, especially Slaanesh demons alike, which means they profit from the Herald and from the spells that you can cast on them if you want to. And obviously they are Emperor's Children, so they can they always fight as if they did charge. And at the same time, it's Emperor's Children Legion Detachment as well, so they will have flawless perfection. So I don't know, it's a good unit in himself, I think. Alright, what do we have? This is just 18 possessed with horrifying mutations as they come, and they will be deep struck in here as well because they have the demon keyword. That's how I try to make them work. And that's 1850 of Slaanesh. As I said, we have only 4 points remaining because I kept these in deep strike. The Black Templars have their full 6 command points. I didn't choose any to use any. I already did the deployment and the like, so that's the reserves that we have left over right here for the Black Templar and right here for Slaanesh. Slaanesh has the first turn because they won the roll-off, and tactics are pretty simple. Everything that needs to get into close combat, which is these guys, the meat and the buffs, is in deep strike reserve and will be deep striking in. Everything else is on foot and will try to close the gap as fast as they can. And the Black Templar try just once. They all are grouped around Grimaldus in here. and Rare Crusader is tucked in here, trying to cover this flank, and all the neophytes and everything is just put into the gaps. Because if they get to Grimaldus, I don't think the Black Templar can actually fight anyone, because they don't have the damage output to kill them. And the idea is to try and take the first wave before the rest of the demons comes in. I hope they can make it. Remember, we still have our guys here, so either they can try to decimate the remains that will arrive later because they don't have any buffing creatures around them, and or they can just try to hammer down the possessed squad if it comes in, because they have some pretty decent chance to take them out. Although possessed are pretty hard to kill, to be honest, because of the 2 wounds and the demonic in 1 save. We'll see if they can make it. I'll try my best and see if I can make it work. A reason why I went with Vanguard 2 is because they can reroll the charge distance, so we can just drop them from the orbit, which is where they are right now, and try to still make the charge, because demons do not have very good overwatch, and they should be able to make the charge, hopefully. Alright, that's it. Game mode is kill points. Black Templar have way less kill points, so where I will give them 2 points per destroyed squad. But I think it's still like 5 points more for Slaanesh, but I think it's fair enough. I mean, they won't be able to target the squishy guys anyway much, so I guess that's fair game. In the end, it comes just down to who kills who, and whether or not the witches will live or not. Alright, that's it. So we can go with the first round for Slaanesh demons and Emperor's Children, and we see how far we can go, because everything here pretty much needs to advance. They are pretty fast, but I'm not sure if they will make it into the front. We'll see. We might. So we might get some first turn charges in. That depends where the heralds land, because the heralds have to be in range of the charging unit for them to be able to advance and still charge. That's the one thing about the locus that needs to be considered, because there's no locus back here. These are all basic troops that do not buff themselves. Alright, so first thing first, we will roll for the first Seeker Chariot, because they are all single units. We have to roll them separately. And it goes 14 inches forward, straight at them. The Fiend, 14 base movement speed, so they are very fast. That's a 18. Skitter, skitter. It's almost at the front, which is why I take the Fiends with me anyway, because they're very, very fast. Next, it's a 1. So we have this one going only 15. Then the next Seeker Chariot, because it is a little bit fat, 4. So we have 16. It can't quite fit anywhere, but I guess it would fit down here, so that's fine. Gizmo that down. Thank God for gizmos, but it fits right under there, no issue. Then the next Seeker Chariot, which is tucked on the outside there, it's a 1, so this one goes 13 as well. Pretty much right under the building. That's 13. Alright, last Fiend. Ooh, a really low roll here. Goes 15 to here. Alright, Furies. Moving 12 basic. I'll just roll them. So this one goes 13, next one goes 16. So let's go, 13 is over here. This one goes 16. They can't quite make it over the top. And then the last Fury unit behind the building goes another 16. And since they're jetpack jump infantry, they can just land on the roof and be fine. Obviously, they should be a little bit more sorted. As you can see, the reinforcements come to the front rather quickly because they are fast-moving units. Even the Demonids, which are pretty slow, move 7 basics, so they're not that slow. We'll see. Alright, so Demonid Squad, this one goes 11. Pretty much straight ahead. Then the next squad. Oh wait, did we... Oh, we lost one. There we go. 9 inches through the building right in front. About here should be right. Yeah, except this one. There we go. And the cultists, obviously the slowest unit. I'm not sure if the only thing why I slug them behind here and don't bother moving them is they will feed kill points, so they have to be somewhere near somebody who can actually fight and try to protect them. Alright, that's 3. So 10 inches. Straight through here. And the next unit goes another 10. Can they actually make it across? I guess so. So 10 is right there. Yeah, this one would be down here, obviously. There we go. This one wouldn't fit. And that's fine. We could just treat these things as ruins because everything here is pretty much open. The only thing that is not open are these windows, but I'll treat them as being just passable because the infantry would be able to go through here. Vehicles not so much, they can just cruise around the edges where they can fit, and that's it. Alright, so the army has advanced. We have all the movement gone, I guess. And next we're gonna activate our stratagems. In this case, it's called Denizens of the Warp. So you spend 1 point for each demon unit that has a power rating of 8 or less, which is pretty much everything except the big blob of possessed. And this is why we spend 2 points for them. And at the end of any of your movement phases, that unit can tear its way into reality, and you set it up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from enemy models. So pretty much we have free freedom. It's a little bit weird. We have the freedom to put them wherever we want to. And obviously we're going to choose the flank that does not have the Land Raider because there's the Terminators in there and the Emperor's Champion. We don't want to mess with these guys if we don't have to. And then we can try and see, do we want a Herald of Slaanesh in front of here? So we can propel the guys in here that wouldn't be able to charge right into the front. I'm not sure if that's a good idea though. I think they will probably die. And the charges are very, very long. So not sure if I want to do this. I think I'll rather keep my buff units together. Alright, so first thing first, the sorcerer operation with the possessed. So Emperor's Children will have the ability to flank, which sounds a little bit weird, but there is a little gap here that I couldn't fill. There is some Templars in here, but they couldn't fill the entire gap. Possessed Marines have a movement of 7, so we can try to set them up 9 inches away from here, and then move them the other 7, and then try to spill in here from the side, or we just try to attack them as much as we can. I think the attacking as much as we can thing won't be necessary because we have so many demonids walking around that they will be able to fill the entire slots here. So just in this case, I think we will not go for the super sneaky one because the Black Templar deployment is too defensive to actually get to Grimaldus just fine. That would only work if I was running Warp Talents, but I do not, so That's another downside of the possessed. Warp Talons would be able to just jump across here and ruin pretty much everyone's day because they can't set up against that. Alright, so in this case we just go with the full-on charge. So that's pretty nice. We have an exact line here that tells us where the possessed can stay. So it should be 9 inches, right? Yeah, it's a little bit no more than 9 inches. It doesn't have to be super accurate. We know how far they have to go. And they will be a little bit further ahead, most likely. Everybody around here should be somewhere like this. Then we have to go and see if I actually want to fight with the sorcerer, because I don't want him dying the first turn, if possible. These will just go into the second rank and that's it. The sorcerer can try and go in there, but if I bring him in, I think he will try to attack right here at the flank. Issue is we do not have line of sight to these guys, so it's a little bit harder for him to get into the battle without risking just dying. I think I'll try to leave some space for him so he can declare a charge too, and that's it. Possessed will have to make some room for him. And then we go. Alright, he can drop around here as well. As I said, I already paid the points anyway. We also want to have a the mask in there, because we will reduce their hitting chance if we get into close combat. So we go into the Crusader Squad. 9 inches away is actually right there. She's not that important. I mean, if she dies, she dies. I wouldn't actually mind too much. But she can deal a lot of damage, so I'll want her here. Alright, so next thing we have is the Demons. The Demons will deploy... Ooh, not like this. Let's rewind that real quick. Happens when you move too fast. So this gets a little bit tricky because we want everybody in range of the heralds, but at the same time we have to make sure that we don't split up too much, because otherwise the Black Templar will be able to attack one flank at a time and just wipe us out. So we would try to... Actually, if I remember correctly, we don't even have to see somebody to declare a charge. I think that was clarified. That actually makes a big difference. I'll assume that's correct though, because I really think I can remember. I'm not sure about it though. I haven't played Warhammer in a long time, so I might be wrong. 9 inches right there. Fair enough. And that's where the Demonid squad is. Alright, the second squad, I think about then. Because if I don't have to see them to declare a charge, I would obviously try to get one group in here, so we can wipe out this squad in one turn. But otherwise it's a little bit iffy. Now I'll just go into this squad here, because we have some good shenanigans with the Mask of Slaanesh going on that will protect them more. Alright, 9 inches away is right there. So we have to go a little bit further back to here. And then here. And then we can have some on this side here. And that should be enough to make a proper attack. Okay. Now there comes the choice of the heralds. The good news is the stratagem of the Dark Templars, Black Templars, can only be used once, so we can actually try to bait out our good spells and bank on the fact that they want to deny warp time most likely, because warp time is gonna make this charge easy peasy, and that is not a good thing. If the possessed get the first strike, they will most likely wipe something, so we have to account for that. The heralds have to be in position to do their thing. I also want the fiend in here so they can't retreat and we can't get shot at. So I think I will stay in locus range for the fiend and try to check at the front as well. So we grab the first herald over here. It has to be a little bit further away. Right there. And then the second herald will disappear. Where is she? Ah, there she is. And most likely we'll put in between here, like where the next to the Mask of Slaanesh, actually. Yeah, the Mask of Slaanesh will make the first charge anyway. Okay, that is all the deep striking shenanigans we have. So we go now to the psychic phase. Delightful Agonies is a pretty good spell that I want to get off. I want to get warp time off. I want to get everything off here. So it's gonna be hard. I'm not sure if... I think the Black Templar will still try to deny warp time because it is a very strong one. But even if they do, I'm not sure if the other ones won't be able to make it. We will see. So all of these do not apply right now. I have to check because I always forget to use these otherwise. But we do not have anything here that will help us. Right now. This is all just for the fight phase. It's not for the actual movement and whatnot. Alright, so Psychic. I think I'll go first with the everything else. So Delightful Agonies is on Slaanesh Heretic Astartes units with that 18 inches, which is obviously my possessed. I'll try to get that one off first. We need War Charge 6. And we have 2 dice to get it off. Let's have a look. It goes off with a 7. And as I said, the Templar will not deny that. So we will just put a token next to them, I guess. Let's hope I don't forget, because these are very expensive units. And having a 5+5+ guaranteed is actually really powerful. The Sorcerer, I think, is able to cast 2 spells because he's a sorcerer, and he can only deny 1, but he can cast 2, so he can still go for warp time, and I'll do that right now. Alright, warp time is charge what? Can't actually remember. Oh, come on, it doesn't say so on my cheat. It's bad, man. One charge 6, so it's rather easy to get, and we still have that reroll if we want to. Alright, let's see it. Oh, that is a 7. Alright, so in this case, I guess we activate the Black Templar stratagem. It doesn't have any requirements. It just requires us to roll a 4+ in order to deny, just by sheer force of will. And I think any Black Templar unit can do that. It doesn't matter who it is. Everybody is just so stubborn that they won't be affected by something like this, even if it affects somebody else. I'm not sure how that works, but I think that's the way it went. The Codex doesn't have much else for them, so I guess that's fair enough. But idea being that they get some sort of a anti-witch doctrine or something like that, because they are the ones that are supposed to be good against Psychers. I don't know why they would make that a stratagem though then, because the stratagem is not very... I mean, you can only use it once per game anyway, so that doesn't really help too much. But not once per game, but you know, not very often. I'll look it up real quick because I'm not actually sure if it sounds like something that should only be working on upon being targeted, but I'm pretty sure it is. It works as I said, that you just have to be around. That's it. Alright. Protect channeling, whatnot. We have to get these stratagems in here as well, no matter what. Appall the Witch. Use a stratagem when an enemy psyker manifests a psychic power within 40-24 and a friendly Black Templar unit, and you roll in a d6 and a 4+, that power is resisted. And its effects are negated. Alright, so it works as I said. Alright, so we'll pay the first point and try to appall the Witch. So we need a 4+ here, and that is a really important roll. Come on. Oh, they got it. Alright, nice. So the power doesn't go off, and the possessed will stay put, and then we continue with the rest of the psychic phase. So next thing will be Cacophonic Core. Cacophonic Core. Symphony of Pain. So Symphony of Pain is war chart 6. We will choose the unit right in front of us, which is this one, and we will try to get a 6 here, which we exactly get. Whew. And this unit now gets -1 to hit rolls in general, so it applies for shooting and everything else. Really, really good. Hysterical Frenzy we can't cast, so we because we have to be within 1 inch of an enemy unit to fight, so we will just try to cast Smite with the other Herald into the first Crusader Squad. So Crusader Squad will take that on a 5, and it doesn't even go off. Alright, so no smiting going off here. And that is the psychic phase, which went pretty well for the Templars in this case. I mean, pretty fluffy in this. Alright, what do we do? So shooting wise, we don't have much. We have Flashes of Torment, but I believe those have very, very short range, and I don't think we have anything else that can shoot except the Sorcerer. Sorcerer can try to go for the plasma pistol if he wants to. I guess why not. So Sorcerer will shoot his plasma pistol into the squad. Let's give it a shot. And he misses anyway. Oh, actually, does he? No, he doesn't. I was gonna say, but he doesn't get hot because I didn't declare the supercharge, and thank God I did not. Alright, he is fine as he is. The other guys do not have any shooting. These don't have it, these don't have it, don't have it, don't have it, don't have it, don't have it. Cultists are out of range because they have 12-inch pistols. So we can go for my favorite phase, the charge phase. So everything is obviously has to make a 9-inch charge, except the demons. They can do better. And we will have a bunch of Overwatch, but most of it will be some sort of pistol shooting, so it's not that significant than it would usually be for demons. So, the Seeker Chariot will declare the first charge. It's really unlikely, but it might be able to get in. And in this case, I mean, the Templars would probably make it. I will go with the Fiend first, because the Fiend has a very good chance of making it in, and if it makes it in, everybody else will declare the charge anyway. Okay, so in terms of vision, we have 2 guys that can't see, and then we have to measure range. Okay, these guys are all out of range. Holy moly, there's only 4 neophytes that can actually shoot, because everybody else is not in range. Okay, so we will have 3 of these bolt pistols and a grenade. Let's go for the grenade first. Misses, and then the other ones miss as well. Charge distance for the Fiend is what? 12. Ooh, it actually almost made it. Fiend's Batman. No, it's actually not 12. It is I mean, we have to get it within 1 inch, so it's 10.7. So we still wouldn't make it. We would need a 6, but I don't think I want to invest anything into this. Nah. Alright, the other Fiend. This Fiend here We have 2 guys not being able to see, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8, no, actually 18? I guess so. So 18 bolt pistols. So everybody else is able to see, it seems. So we need 10 and 10 minus 2. Let's see it. There is 4 hits right there. The Fiend is, I believe, toughness 4, because it is a mid-sized demon. Yeah, it is 4. Alright, so we're wounding it on force. That's not bad wounding. And the usual 5-up demon save. Ooh, it's good saving though. So it loses 1 wound, which drops it down to, I believe, 2. And then we can try and make our charge. Did I delete all the dice? No, I did not. Alright, let's see it. I need the 10 inches again from before. 7 is just fine, I think. Is it? This might be a little bit close. Nope, it's 0.4 away from making the charge. Do I actually want to reroll here? Thing is, I can't reroll anything else then if I do that. The problem is though, if I don't make it with the Fiend, they can fire Overwatch again at my demonids. I would not like that. The question is how much can actually see the other squad. It's not that many, and they are pretty far away. So I don't think I have to reroll this. It wouldn't make a difference. Alright, it's unfortunate, but I think I will not do it. And I don't have any rerolls for Slaanesh units in general because I'm not Khorne and I'm not cool like that. Alright. So I guess the next one will be the demonids here. And we have... these guys can actually not see anything right there because this is not the same squad. It's just these ladies here. But let's assume they can see them. I mean, I'm pretty sure they will have some sort of sight to them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5. Nobody in range for grenades and anything. Nope, that is a nothing. And the demonids will require an 8 to make it in. And they get a 7. So in this case, I think I will use the reroll because it's a very likely one. Alright, let's reroll. Nice. That's a 9-inch charge, and they are in it to win it. That's exactly why I need to save some command points, because these charges are very crucial. And if they don't make them, I will have some big issues. Okay, 9 inches in here. We can pretty much just stay there in base because they can't make it into the ruins, which is a problems from the ruins though. The hitboxes are not very accurate most of the time. That doesn't matter. They get to pie in anyway. Whoa. Have to stay 1 inch away from the other squad though. That is clear. And that's the best we can get, I guess. Let's not put her here. Let's leave a little bit of room for the mask to charge. So mask will also try to charge. See it? She makes it easily with an 11. Goes right in here. And then the Herald, I think it doesn't have enough room. It's just too full. So I guess we charge this Herald then. Doesn't make it. And then the other Demon Squad, which does make it exactly on an 8. Thank God we invested into the instrument. So we can just grab these and put them exactly. They should be exactly 1 inch away. Just barely within. Chip. Like that. Oh, I forgot my Chicas, my Secretariat. It can't make it anyway. Okay, let's say it doesn't make it. Okay, there's 1 and 6 inches of the Herald here. This Herald can't make it. And then we have the Possessed. Let's see if they can try. Unfortunately, the power got denied, which is really unfortunate for them. But they have the 9 inches. Alright. So they make exactly... but I don't think everybody will make it in. We'll see. But this squad is pretty much toast, I believe. Oh, that's not good. Let's just make it like this. Again, thanks to the ability to just pie in everything, it doesn't make much of a difference, no matter what. I will leave some room for the Sorcerer, but everybody else will just go as far as they can get. And that's it. And I believe they won't need the Sorcerer's help anyway. Let's put them a little bit aside. Like that. Like this. And then the Sorcerer will also try and make it. Doesn't matter. It's not really an issue if he makes it or not, because he doesn't have really any buffing ability other than his psychic powers, and we can't make those can't get those in anyway. Alright, so in terms of psychic powers, it didn't go too well, but we have the debuff on this group here, so they will have some trouble fighting back. And it's not this group obviously, the front one, as I said, because this one I expected to die anyway, and these guys will probably die. We will see if it works. So these guys have the -1 debuff, and these guys will have their 5+ Pheno Pain just in case they need it. And then charge-wise, we made some pretty good charges, I believe. It's the Herald of Slaanesh who didn't make it, and on both fronts, and the Sorcerer as well. But other than that, I think they are pretty fine. Unfortunately, we are not in range here, are we? Nope, so I messed this one up. I should have put this Possessed over here, so he actually would get some sort of a strength buff. But I don't think we do anything with this, because they have strength 5 anyway, so they will probably punch through that squad like it's nobody's business. Okay, so in this case we have everybody here will fight first, because they have the ability anyway, and I mean, they charge this turn, so that's obvious. The thing is, do we want to use any stratagems here, and do we need to use any stratagems, because there is some really nasty ones in here. These ones here produce extra attacks, but we have the Slaanesh demon characters a little bit too far away, so we would have to push this on the mask, I believe, because the mask is right in there, which is why I wanted her in here. So she would affect these guys, these girls, and these girls as well. So that, in case we can roll 6s, this would be really, really powerful this turn. -1 attack for all the Templars is not as relevant, because most of them only have 1 attack anyway, and the Chainsword doesn't count it as an attack because it's an extra ability. And Rapture Stance obviously we do not have. So the only thing we could look for is see if we can do a Emperor's Children one. So we can make another hit roll every time we slay a model. Could work. I think everything else is not as relevant. We can get +1 to wound rolls with the Veterans of the Long War. That is a pretty strong one. But I don't think we will need this stuff. Not this turn. I'll be fine, I think. I'll just go with the Slaanesh one and that's it. So 1 point, and everybody here on 6s will score another hit if they want to. Everybody is demons, so everybody gets affected. In this case, even Slaanesh demons, obviously, because it only affects Slaanesh demons. I do not prefer Slaanesh over any other Chaos faction, but this was the first one where I'd say Slaanesh is pretty much screwed every edition when something comes out, so it's much easier to win with Nurgle or with Khorne alike. So that's I don't know. It's not really preference. I fight with everything. I like the models though. I really dig the all the colorful stuff. So demons in general. All right. So how do we do this? I think the first thing we do is the Crusaders. Oh, one thing I should have done is I should have declared the charge with the Demonettes against the Crusader 1 squad and Crusader 2 squad, but I did not. So if we overkill them, I'll just be sad, and that's it. So these will all be able to attack number 1. So all the possessed will go first, I guess. The first thing I have to do is I think everybody will be in range, no matter what. Will they? Yeah, I think so. The only thing I have to roll for, I think, is the random attacks, because they always have some sort of a random effect on them, because they are possessed, and Games Workshop really likes to do stuff to possessed. It sounds funny, but in reality it's not. Because for some reason they can't be just plain good, they have to be random and weird, and you know. So, I actually forgot how much do I pie in? 3 inches? Yeah, okay. So 3 inches is fine to get everybody in. Let's pie in. Actually, no, let's not pie in too far, so we can still reposition. It's a little bit iffy with the tabletop simulator sometimes, but that's okay. Alright, so see, how many attacks do we get per possessed? 1. Feels bad, man. Actually, it's a D3, right? Yeah, it's D3. So, we can't reroll that either because we have the same stuff going on here. But let's see if we make it. So they are strength 5, weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 3 is all the same. Okay. The Herald, as I said, is too far away, so they can't be buffed up by that. So we just have flat 18, 6, 18 attacks. And we are hitting on 3s. Really good roll. We are wounding on 3s. Because we have strength 5. Also a good roll. And now we generate new attacks, right? Haven't used these stratagems once before, so that's a little bit weird. Yeah, I can make an extra attack for each of these. So that's 3 more. So let's put these aside. These are wounds. And that's another hit. And that is nothing. Alright. So all of these I'll obviously put on the neophytes, because I don't want them to survive. I want the other ones to survive. Although the neophytes will have a 4+ armor save. That's the only issue with them. Do they? I think they are something like scouts. Yep. Alright. Writhing Tentacles I think is AP2. So we have to cut off 2 of their... Yeah, it's strength user, so strength 5, AP 2, 1 damage. Oh, I forgot death to the false emperor, by the way. Feels bad, man. I should have generated more attacks. I didn't even think about that when I was choosing the Chaos Space Marines. My bad. So, we have 4 attack usually, 5 attack, 6 attack, so the armor save is just removed, I guess. I'm not sure if I really want to kill my guys without taking any saves, though. How many is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys dying. Or do they get the 6 up? So no, they get the 6 up. Okay. Ugh. Still 6 guys dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's put that die next to them so I know what's happening. And then the next squad will go. So what do we have here? We have the mask. It's a little bit weird how it looks like. Yeah, I guess the mask would pie in, but I can't really put her next to here, but there is some space there. So she's in range to attack for sure. She's just a little bit stuck there. 5 attacks on her, which is a whole bunch. Hits with everything. And that is 2 wounds, I believe. Is she in range of anything? No, she's not. So she's just rocking her normal base strength, which is, I believe, is not that high. It's just the mask. So hitting on 2, strength 4, and AP -2. So we have another 6 up. No, which means we will cut off 2 more of the neophytes from over here, I guess. Alright. Next would be the demons, but the demons cannot really pie in much. So I guess I'll fight... Yeah, I will fight with those first. So we will pie in a little bit. Make it back front flip. Can't fit in there, I guess. Yeah, I guess we pie into this squad a tiny bit. Thing being is here, I can't really get more models into close combat range anyway, so the turtling tactic actually worked out pretty nicely for them. Okay, so how much do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I believe. Yeah, 9 should be fine. And we have 2 attacks base because we are the demonids. And we have Aluris with us, so that's another attack. And then we increase our attacks by another 9 because we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 because we have 20 or more models right now. Because we didn't use any. Whoa. I don't know what's up with that. I haven't played Tabletop Simulator, why I couldn't actually see. So all of these will try to attack the same squad. See what we can get. I believe the weapon skill is 3, so we're hitting on 3s, but we are hitting this unit on 2s because the Mask of Slaanesh is with them, and her dance is making them hit better for some reason. Because we add any 2 hit rolls of this unit, which is pretty nice. So we lose all of these ones, but we get a lot of hits. And Do we have any contact to any heralds? Yes, we do. So we get +1 strength, which puts them up to strength 4, I believe, because their base strength is just 3. Yeah. I'm double checking everything because I'm not actually sure how much it was. So we have a 50-50 here. Ooh, that is a lot of misses. But we have these all hitting, and these all generating new attacks. Hitting on 2s, missing 2 more. And there's another one, which is also a rend. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plain dead, because they wouldn't get their armor saves because it's a rend and it's AP 4. And everybody else would get their 5 ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if there's any neophytes left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 2 more neophytes that could tank some hits. So let's see. Nope, they're both dead. And then we have 4 up saves on the initiates. Ooh, also dead. My goodness, that was not very efficient rolling that there. So these two, whoa, these 2 die. And then who else do we kill? I think we kill these 2. Yeah. So in this case, the attack was pretty successful because we removed a lot of from these small guys, and the guys remaining, I think, will just die to the other demonettes. Not sure how that will work out. So here I will actually be a little bit more careful. All these demonettes will pile in 3 inches into this squad because it's still their main target, and we will also pile into the Land Raider then, but because we stayed 1 inch away. Yeah, okay. So Land Raider will be in close combat as well. That is our goal. Can we make it? Yeah, we can go pretty far. Alright, so we're going here and here. Lurus is in, that's nice. And then we have to go a little bit weird to the side, so we have still contact with the Herald, which is right there. So 1 demonette will stay behind, and the rest will just get close enough to fight. So we'll have 1 less in the close combat, and everybody else will fight. Alright, so since one is gone, we have 19, I believe. Yeah. So that's 19 models, 3 attacks each, except the Lewis, which has 1 more. And this is still the same squad, so we're still hitting on 2s. Ooh, and that was a very good roll this time. And we wound on 4s with strength 4 against toughness 4, which went not as well, but we have a ton of 6s that we can reroll and that are rending, so these will be very dangerous to the power armor. Let's do it like this. It didn't work out. Okay, something like that is better. Alright. It's another one of these, and that is a bunch more wounds. Not sure if we need them, but we'll see. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wounds we have to roll for. All of the are -4. Oh no, actually we don't have to roll for that, right? -4 is 7, so they are immediately slain, including the Shield Brother. Let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 guys. Okay, that's the entire squad gone. In this case, we have first blood. It's battle round 1. 1 victory point. 2 for killing the squad. And that's it. Alright. Oh, actually, I'm really rusty, guys. Sorry about that. Possess should be piling in because they finished their fight, right? Yeah, they should have been piling in. Sorry about that. I'm really rusty with this stuff. Same for the demons, obviously, because we have to make sure that the land radar doesn't shoot us because we are pretty squishy. And those hammer armies do not like getting shot at all. Alright. These here, I will say, couldn't pie in much more because there was all the marines were in front of them, so I wouldn't pie them in right now. And then the rest will try to get towards Grimaldus. He's obviously trying to not get them there. Yeah, they can't make it, but they are going towards him. Like so. These are all part of the squad as well, so we can gizmo them over the top. And over the top. It's a little bit less than that, but that's fine. I don't mind, because I don't think the actual distance will make much of a difference. Okay. Do I need to fight with anything else? I think that was all of it, right? These guys fought, Daemons of Slaanesh fought, these guys fought. Heralds didn't make it in, Sorcerer didn't make it in. So Marines are fighting back now because all the charges and fighting first and whatnot, Quicksilver's swiftness were resolved. So now the Crusaders get to attack. The question is, what do they attack? Let's see. So if we target the possessed, we will have a better time than against the demonids, because the demonids are -1 to hit because of the Slaanesh thing going on. And the reroll doesn't really help us with that fact. So I think it's easier to attack the possessed, but it's harder to actually break them. I'm not sure if the guys can take them out though. It's a little bit tricky. We can do much more damage when attacking the demonids than we can when attacking the possessed. But then again, -2 to hit is not good. It's tricky. But I guess not everybody can attack these. I think I'll do it like this. The initiate here that can attack the demonids will attack them, just so I can reduce their numbers to lower than 20, so they will drop all 1 attack, which is obviously huge. And then the rest will attack the possessed as expected. I think that's fair game. So these 2 will attack the demonids, and then the other ones will attack as normal. So okay, now we have to see how many attacks do we actually get, because this is a little bit confusing with their special squads. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 attacks on the possessed marines without the Thunderhammer, obviously. And we are hitting on 3s. And we are re-rolling because of Grimaldus. And I believe he also has a special one. I think it is on hitting on 6s, right? I rarely play these units. This is really slow. But I think he has this. Let's have a look. If you roll a hit of 6+ in the fire, yeah, In the fight phase, for a model in a friendly blank Templars unit that is within 6 of the critical models, the model can immediately make another close combat attack, but they can't generate more attacks, yada yada yada. Alright, so we get another roll of attacks in here. So let's put these aside. These are the hits, and then these ones. And we also get to reroll these, which gives us another row of attacks. So very good hitting right there. And they are toughness 4, so we wound them on force, because we have strength 4 against toughness 4. Not so much what I wanted to see. Do we have anything extra going on here? No, we do not, because I did not bring, what's it called? High Marshal Helbeck. Right. Alright. These are all 3-ups, because they don't have any AP on them. Oh, it's a lot of safe fate though. But they all have 5+ Pheno Pain. Which does not go off at all. So we have 1, 2, 3 possessed going down. And then the next guy gets to swing. So we take them off from the back, obviously. And who is he called? The Sword Brother has Thunderhammer Chainsword, apparently. So he will have 2 attacks swinging with the hammer, and 1 attack the usual way. So he is hitting on 3s, and luckily he is re-rolling. Nice. But he does have a 6, so he gets another attack for this because of Grimaldas. Re-rolling. Nice. So 3 hits here. Then the Chainsword also hits. And we have did I do this right? I did, right? Oh no, I actually made a mistake. I'll keep it like this because I do not actually remember how it went down. But he should have subtracted 1, right, for the Thunderhammer. Usually do not run them with Thunderhammers, but I need to have some sort of a attack with him. Let's see what the Sword Brother has. Yeah, he has weapon skill 3, so he needs to subtract 1 because of the Thunderhammer. But that's okay. I mean, I remember the 3 for the Chainsword, and that does not apply to the Chainsword for obvious reasons. So Strength Tatum is Strength 8, so he wounds on 2s. So that's 3 wounds with the hammer, and then the Chainsword does also wound. Alright. Against the Chainsword we have a 3+ save, which they make, and a 5-up demon save, which they make 1 of, and a 5+ Pheno Pain, which they make none of. So that's 2 wounds going through. And it is 3 damage from each hit, so that kills 2 Noise Marines, or what they are now possessed. What do I call them? Noise Marines. Weird. 2 possessed, and that is it for that combat. Then we have the 2 initiates against the Demonids. So that's 4 attacks from them. Their unmodified is 3, but they are hitting a unit of Demonids that is next to the Mask of Slaanesh, so they only would hit on 4s. And obviously rerolling does apply afterwards, so before the modifier, so this one just straight up fails. And the other 3 hit. Wounding them on 3s because they are low toughness. All of these wound. Hey, they make 2 demon saves. So 1 demonid dies, but that is all that it takes, because 1 demonid is making this group lower than 20 and will drop their attack by 1. So if I was smart, I would have included more demons just for this very reason, so it doesn't get abused as easily. Okay. Then the Land Raider, which got piled into, gets to attack. I believe it has 6 attacks. Yeah, it has 6 attacks. Hey, it gets 3 hits as well. Wow. Actually, does this apply to the Land Raider too? Because he is in 6 inches of Grimaldus. Yes. Friendly Black Templars unit, so it would apply to... Oh, actually? No, my bad. This is something really fluffy. The Land Raider cannot possibly kill any demonids because he gets -1 to his hit rolls. So he's hitting on 7s, which he obviously can never roll no matter the re-rolls. I completely forgot about that interaction. Alright, that didn't happen to me before, that something could not actually hit something at all. I believe the combat is then over, is it? These guys fought, these guys fought, these guys can't fight, Land Raider can't do anything. Obviously we could consolidate with these here, but I think they will stay put, because these can consolidate closer, and these guys don't want to go back, because they have to keep everything away from him. So we can actually try and sandwich this army with our Vanguard Marines. Yep. Alright, so morale. Morale is a little bit meh, though. These guys are completely dead. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 neophytes remaining, so we have lost 6 of them, I believe. And our leadership is 9, right? Yeah, because Grimaldus is around and he gives his leadership to all of these, so they are leadership 9 instead of 8. Or did I lose anything else? It looks so small now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, everybody is here except the neophytes, so in this case I am counting correctly. So, losing 6 plus 3 is 9 exactly, so that's fine. Then we have the possessed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, okay. 5, where's my data sheet? Are they fine? Are they not fine? No idea what their profile is. Leadership 8, I believe. Yeah, it's 8. So 8, 5. Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14. Lost 4. Okay, so they lose 1 guy. So 1 flees. Oh. And the demons also lost 1 girl. I have no idea what their leadership is, but I'm pretty sure it is not 4. Their leadership is 7. Yep, they are fine with how it went down. Any other losses? I believe not so. Okay, so that is the 1 turn, the longest term ever, though. They got some victory points, they got first blood, and they annihilated that 1 unit. This unit actually did very well against the possessed, although the possessed rolled really poorly for the attacks, and I did not buff them up very much, but the demonids actually slaughtered everything that was around, which is nice. And then everybody else stayed as they are. The Land Raider is gone for 1 turn, luckily for me, because it would be able to shoot the majority down, and now we can see what the guys can do. This squad here can still fall back if they want to. I don't think they want to though. And we will see if they decide differently. I'll see what I can do. All right. So first turn for the Templars. Now the first thing we have to decide is where do we bring these guys in. I assume we will try to and mob up these here, because this group over here, in combination with the with Grimaldus and the Terminators, will probably be able to squish this Demonette squad just fine. They will suffer some losses though, because they wouldn't get to attack because of Quicksilver swiftness before everything else. So advantage in numbers, not so much, but they will be able to wipe them out no matter what. And thing is, can we sneak the Lieutenant in to kill the Sorcerer of Slaanesh? I'm not sure if he actually is able to do so though, alone. And I don't want to dedicate an entire squad to wiping out some random units in the back. They are annoying, but there is a lot of stuff coming from here, so we have to take this out before the rest of the army arrives. I think the right idea is to go for the Demonettes, because they are the squishy ones. The Glass Hammer has to die first. Possessed will probably be killed by the Crusaders at some point. And the Thunder Hammer is still swinging, still trying to kill some guys. I think they are fine as they are. Alright, so a lot of words. We will not drop out of close combat because we don't have enough shooting right now. Although the Land Raider will try to fall back. And the Terminators will disembark together with the Emperor's Champion. I think the Emperor's Champion can actually try to make his way over there. Although he might make the charge because he with the rerolls. I know it sounds a little bit weird, but if he can make it into the Herald, if that one dies, that is actually a big win for the Templar. And he doesn't have anything to do otherwise. I mean, he can't make it into the Possessed, which is what he would usually do. And I don't know. I believe the killing the Herald and locking up a Fiend is a good idea for him. Only problem is, which I don't like, is these guys here will be able to close the gap faster because they can charge him. But I mean, these will be able to get into close combat no matter what. I'm pretty sure about that one, because they move 12 plus advance. So if we kill this Herald here, this entire advance will slow down. I think that is a job for our greatest guy. Alright, so let's disembark. Champion would obviously disembark right there. And make his way over here. How far can he go? Transports. 3 inches, and then they can act normal. Okay, so we can move the 3 plus 6 right there. He will be able to make the charge. Right, so Terminators will probably try to attack here. Although we could try and go for a assault right there. The only thing why I don't like this is because the Crusaders might actually fail to survive much. It depends how well the Demonettes do in their close combat. And yeah, I don't know. It's actually hard to tell. The issue is Quicksilver swiftness. For those who don't know, they always fight first in the fight phase, even if they didn't charge. And if the unit has an ability that says the same, or the unit charged, then you alternate taking turns. So there might be a chance where I don't get to kill these guys, or where the Slaanesh units just kill everybody. So that's a little bit iffy. And the more guys we have, the higher the chance is that this happens. Okay, I think I'll just surround the demonids for now, and that's it. So we can go over here. 3 inches. And then 8, I believe, is the total. Yeah, right there. So we have enough room to surround the demonids here, staying away 1 inch and so on. And then trying to destroy them. That's a little bit too far, maybe. Let's go like this. Alright, the Land Raider will obviously fall back because he's absolutely useless the way he is right now. He's already jumping away from them. Actually, can he get out of there? No, he can't. Oh, that is really unfortunate. So the Land Raider actually has to stay where he is. I have to move the other squads first before I move the Land Raider, because he can't make it out. So let's start with Grimaldus. Grimaldus will move over here, staying 1 inch away from that demonid, obviously, because he and his honor guard will try to help out their brethren over here, because these will probably be dead, and we have to fight this blob here anyway. Then these guys here can move over here and try to attack the demonids. Move them over here. And then these will move over here to the pipelines. And now the Land Raider can actually move his 10 inches back there. Because we really need the firepower from him to clear off some of these demons before it's too late. He can't fire this turn, but he will be able to fire next turn. And these will all be able to make it in anyway, I strongly believe. Alright. I believe that is everything for movement. So we are at the end of the movement phase, and we drop in the Vanguard squad, which will then attempt to attack them. And the Lieutenant will try to attack the Herald of Slaanesh by himself and hopefully take it out. It's a little bit of a gamble, but we have to crush the demon squads before everything goes down the drain. And being Vanguard, they actually have a pretty good chance of doing so. The only problem is I just saw we have to stay 9 inches away from these guys as well. It's actually a little bit tricky. Let's drop them in here. 9 inches right there. That's fine. He still has to go back a little bit. Like that. I mean, we can still do the reroll. We don't have much else charging that actually has to make it. I didn't account for this one here, but I don't think there's any better way to use the Vanguard. If they crush in here, the demonids will just slaughter them. I cannot attack them with everything, and the Vanguard just die as fast as normal Marines do. So I'm pretty sure they will die. So we will have to go with the risky play here. We can actually declare multi-charges as well, so just in case we at least bounce to her. Yeah, we have to move this guy a little bit further as well. I don't know, it's we can just leave them like this because I can't get them any further onto this thing because of the hitbox. That's fine. I mean, I am fine with it, so everybody's fine with it. Alright, so no psychic because we don't like witches in here. And all the movement is complete. Next thing would be shooting phase. So first thing first, we will shoot the Lieutenant in there. Let's get this over here. To the Herald. Hits. Doesn't wound. Do we reroll wound rolls only for the fighting phase or not? Let's have a look, because that is one of his abilities. You can reroll wound rolls of 20 chapters, and that's it. Alright, so we can reroll that one, even though it is shooting. Very interesting. That's a wound. And that is not a save. So the Herald loses 1 wound. It's already going pretty good. Then on the other part here, we will not shoot at the demonettes here, because obviously we are not stupid. The charge distance would get too long. But we do not have anything in range anyway, and we don't have any pistols because we chose to swap everything for chainsword. So we have massive amount of attacks, but not much else. Okay, Terminators can't shoot. The Emperor's Champion has a bolt pistol and a frag and a crack grenade, so he's gonna toss a crack grenade, onto the Herald, and he misses. Great. Does he have 2+? No, he has 3+. Okay. Can't reroll anything because we don't have anything around that can do so. These can't. Oh, they can actually shoot, can they? Because these demons are not in close combat right now. All right, so we have a whole bunch of bolt pistols from here into here. The only thing that doesn't have it is the brother here, and he has a grenade. So let's put down 1 grenade. Doesn't hit. And I'm not sure how the mask works, but I believe it is always. No, okay. So the good thing is we only subtract 1 from the hit rolls in the fight phase, so the locus of beguilement will not work in the shooting. So everybody else will shoot at unmodified strength. So that's nice. So we have 10 guys, another 10 guys, -1 because of the grenade, all with bolt pistols. And we cannot reroll anything because Grimaldus only applies for the fight phase. But we wound on 3s because they toughness 3. And let's see how many we kill. That is 5 ladies gone. Not bad. So I keep the counter up here. I don't know, it doesn't really make a difference, I guess. Let's take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the furthest away. Alright. Shooting done, done, and done. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 bolt pistols into those ladies. Again, hitting on 3s. And winning on 3s. Oh, actually, sorry. We can't shoot at the ladies, we have to shoot at the possessed in this case. Actually, they are in close combat with us, so we could do that, but we want to shoot at the possessed for sure. So, shooting at the possessed, winning on 4s then, obviously, because they're toughness 4. 3+ armor saves, and nothing happens. Okay. So much for shooting that one. So shot, can't shoot, did shoot, can't shoot, can't shoot, can't shoot. Alright, that's the shooting phase. So now to their favorite phase, the charge phase. Obviously these charges are pretty easy to make, except this one, so we will try with these first. So Leutnant into the Herald of Slaanesh, requiring a 9. Yeah, that is exactly not in. Do we reroll? Because I really do not like having this Herald around. He can or she can, or it can cause a lot of trouble. I would rather have the veterans rerolling though. So the Lieutenant will just fail, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so reroll the entire thing. Oh, we're lucky. Okay, so in this case, our chapter tactic actually worked really, really well. We will not go exactly on her because we have to make sure that we can still inch around. And then the Vanguard squad into the Demonids. Also needing a 9, which they don't get. Now the question is, do I reroll here or do I reroll the entire thing with the chapter tactics? It's risky. It is risky. I believe we will pay the command point because I think the chances are really much better if we just roll 1 die. Exactly, 11 inches, perfect. So the cavalry has arrived and actually made it in. So that's 9 with the front, so we can still go 2 inches more here. 2 inches more here. Because we really have to stay away from that blob behind us. I mean, we're ignoring them right now, but they are not to be ignored, that's for sure. They are still powerful units. Even though they're small, they are a lot. So they will deal a lot of damage. Alright, so Veteran Squad has made it in. The Lieutenant has made it in. And then these here will all declare their charges at the same time. Everything against the Demonids, because it doesn't make a difference. And also the Emperor's Champion, obviously. Alright, so Emperor's Champion first. He makes it no issue. Obviously a normal charge. Stay 1 inch away from that one. Because we can still pile into the Fiend. We don't have to piss it off right away, because the Fiend is actually pretty nasty. And then these guys here, we don't even have to roll, because obviously they're in. Just a little bit closer. They're just here to hammer them. Hammer them down. Chaplain Grimaldus, by the way, will not charge because he does not want to get ripped to pieces by some random squad, because either this squad or this squad will be attacking. For sure. We know that because everybody has the charge bonus. So no, he's not gonna make it in, otherwise he will get deleted immediately. Then these guys here will also try to make the charge. Ugh, not a good charge, but it's not a failed charge, so I can't reroll with my chapter tactic. So instead we have to make the best of it and try to go very, very close together. Like so. Where is my... Where's the big guy? Ah, there he is. The guy with the lightning claws needs to be obviously in range, so he can deliver his damage. These will obviously not make it very far, but we still have the pile move, so that's fine. Alright, claws are on the move. Then everybody else goes his to something and then a little bit more. Like so. Alright, now it's a big brawl going on, and that's pretty much all there is. Alright, there's nothing else I can do because that is all the units engaged on both sides. And then we go to the fight phase. And now comes the interesting part. We have to choose wisely, because otherwise the Demonid units will hurt us. Something will die to them. and that's obviously not a good idea. The Mask of Slaanesh does not get activated, lucky enough, because he is not within 1 inch of somebody, and does not fight in this fight. Unfortunately, though, she will still give the AoE -1 to hit the demonids. So where do we start? I mean, the Black Templars will start the close combat phase. So what is our major priority? Do we want to do the demonids here or the demon squad here? Because I think the possessed are not as strong as the demonids are. It's a little bit iffy. If these girls here attack, they will hurt both quads. And if these attack, they will most likely kill these guys. I think I'll attack with the Vanguard into the demonids, because they're the most squishy ones that I don't want to lose. And they are the ones that could deal the most damage to those. Alright, so let's go. Vanguard all going in. Piling in a little bit more. To here. To here. Obviously everybody will be in, but we try to get away from all that evil stuff behind the building that we don't want to see. And now we go for the attacks. This is a little bit complicated to do, but I'll try to make it easy. So first of all, we have to check if Grimaldus is in range, and he's not. So we don't get any rerolls here, except once to wound because of the Lieutenant who is around, and he is in range for sure. We have 2 attacks base for every guy, and there's 10 of them. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is 10 attacks for all the normal guys. They will have a extra chain sword attack because they chose to have chain swords, and then these guys also have 2 chain swords. And those will be just normal weapons pretty much. Alright, let's go. So as I said, we have -1 to hit, so we're just hitting the demonids on 4s. Wounding them on 3s. Rerolling once, but that's not necessary. Saves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 demonids die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Then we have the X guys. We have 2 attacks base from the X, and we have 4 of them. And then we have 3 attacks from the X's, which is the Sergeant. And then we have another 5 attacks with the additional chainswords. Again, hidden on 4s, and that's really, really bad. Oh. That does not look good. And luckily we're rolling the 1, and it still is a 1. Wow. Only 1 single wound on that one. And 1 demonid dies, and then we go for the chainswords. Not that good either. 2 wounds at least. And re-rolling the 1. Oh, it became another wound. And 2 wounds. So that's 3 more demonids down. 1, 2, and 3. How many did they lose now? I can't actually remember. Very short term. I think it's 7 or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that fits. Yeah, then we lost another 2. Okay. But that is all of my attacks with the Vanguard squad, because we used all the Axis attacks and whatnot. And now we choose a unit from Slaanesh that gets to attack before the other guys get to attack. And I'm obviously gonna use this group, I think, because there's so many of them. Although they're not in range of any Herald buffs, and this one is. Do we want to use a stratagem and try to kill the Vanguard? That's the idea. Logos of Grace is not really that big. Because we could also try to go for our Marines. In this case, we would probably go for the Veterans of the Long War. Because everything else is... yeah, this one would also be pretty good, but for this one to activate, we have to kill a lot of units. So I'm not sure how good that one is. I'm not gonna activate any stratagems, I think, but these ladies here will try to attack the other Crusader squad, because I think I can take Terminators, no issue, but I have to remove as much as I can from the Crusaders here. So I will pile in. Try to get as much as I can into here. The majority of them will be able to fight, because this one can go over here, and then this one actually can't. It can just circle a little bit around to here, because it has to stay closer to the Terminators, and then these have to attack the Terminators as well. Actually, just saw that Flux is changing our color. Let's not do that. Sorry about that. Ooh, it's so bright now. At least for me it is. I'm not sure if this affects the stream or not, but we'll see. So what we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So weird. Whatever. 13, 4, 6, 12, 13, plus 2 attacks for each, 1 for the Allurus, and here we go. Alright, hitting on... Do we have 2s? I think it's 2s. Don't think we have any modifiers either. No, we're just hitting on 3s because we do not have the mask around. Yeah, okay. That is correct. So we're hitting 3s only. And that is 2 rends, so 2 guys die. And some normal armor saves. It's another one dead, so 3 guys die right here. Obviously the neophytes. 1, 2, 3 neophytes go down, and then we have 2 more demonists on the Terminators. 3 hits and no wound, because they are just strength 3 without the modification from the Herald. Yep, alright. There was that. Not that much damage, to be honest, but then again, we don't necessarily have the numbers now or the psychic support to help them out very much here. Alright, so next thing would be the Templars attacking. Now we could be trying to attack the possessed because this squad now doesn't attack anyway. And I believe we will do just that this round. So these Crusader Squad number 2 into the possessed. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 guys. And all of them have 2 attacks because of the chainswords. And we are hitting them on 3s, but we are rerolling with Grimaldas. And then we have additional attacks for generating them with him, or hitting as well. And then we have 2 wounds here, and some more wounds over here. That's a pretty good roll, I think. That's a bunch of armor saves failed for the Marines. So possessed have Pheno Pain as well because of the psychic power. So 3 wounds dealt, so means 1 possessed and a half dies. Boom, and 1. Let's get that die over here, like so. These guys lost 3. And then the Sport Brother gets to go. Let's hope for such an awesome roll as last time, because he was doing very well. No, just 2 attacks this time. Sounds weird, but you know. Hitting with his Thunder Hammer, so he wounds on the 2s as well. In 1 saves. Nope. And then we have Pheno Pain. Unfortunately, no. And Pheno Pain. No. So that kills a possessed and the damaged one. Brings them down to 3. Then he goes with his chainsword. Run. Oh no, I actually... Oh, no. I did that one wrong. Because it is -1 to hit with the hammer. And I believe he only got 3s, right? I'll redo this time, because I failed this one the last time I did it as well. Alright, so this one is already a fail. This one gets re-rolled. There we go. This one hits. So one of them... And then it's just kill the damage possessed one off, because there's no way it goes over into the next one. Alright, I missed that one, because the Thunder Hammer gives you a -1 to hit, so that would be correct. And always apply the modifiers after the rerolls, so that something Grimaldos cannot help you with very well. Okay, now I forgot how did I do with my chainsword, but okay. Rerolling, there we go, chainsword hits. And wounds, we generate another attack. That hits. And wounds, and normal armor saves, which doesn't do anything. Alright, so now we resolved it properly, and we just lost the damage possessed to the Thunder Hammer strike, and that's it. But not much else happened here. Alright, so Slaanesh gets to go next. I'm not sure if the Herald will be able to slash through the 4-up save of the Herald, so I'm not sure if I should do that one. Or should I try to attack the Lieutenant? Because the Lieutenant is the same to kill, but he already pre-damaged the Herald. So I guess we could try that one. I'll just attack with these here, I think. So Demonids here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Demon Squad attacking with 10 times 2 and 1. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. And that is a lot of damage. So these are all rends. This is an armor save, which is passed. And these are 7 pluses to roll, which they can't do. So 3 Vanguards straight up die. So we have 1 Vanguard. Want to take them from the back though. 2 and 3. Alright. The next unit. I guess next one would be the Crusader Squad over here. Because these are already attacked and everything. But now we are... Actually, since they already attacked, I think I will go with the duels first as well. Yeah, let's do that. So Emperor's Champion is going against the Herald of Slaanesh. So this is his time to shine because he has all the tools that he needs. So let's check his special rules again. He will have rerolls with everything pretty much because he is the Emperor's Champion and he is in a challenge and everything. He gets 5 attacks because he's near a character and the other stuff. Minus 3 AP, D3 damage. Okay. So 5 attacks. Hitting on 2s. That is 1 cocked die. And re-rolling that 1. Nice. Wounds on toughness 3. Yep, toughness 3. So wounds on 2s. Re-rolling. And all of these do D3 damage, but there's a 5-up in-1 save, which is failed, and that is a death, and the Herald of Slaanesh just goes down. Alright, Emperor's Champion, I guess, consolidates a little bit. I know, the rest doesn't really consolidate much. Alright, Emperor's Champion killed that one, so next up would be Slaanesh again, so I will try to attack the Lieutenant with the Herald of Slaanesh. She has 4 attacks. Oh, let's not take that die. Whoops. Four attacks. Hitting on 3s. And base strength is 4, I believe. Yeah, so she's strength 5 with her own profile. So wounding on 3s. Fortunately not rerolling anything. And this is a in-1 save, which he fails. So that's 2 damage. And he drops down to 2. I actually hurt him pretty hard. But the Herald got changed. She now has called Ravaging Claws. So 2 damage for each one. So it forces his in-1 saves right away. Because it's AP -1, so it goes down to a 4 save anyway. And if he failed that one, he would have died. But she got very unlucky with the wound rolling here. Maybe I should have rerolled the one. Actually, I don't have that many combat points. I will not reroll anything here. She's just fine as she is. So I guess he will attack right away. So he will hit on 3s. He has 4 attacks. Or 3 attacks? 4 attacks. 3 attacks with the hammer, 1 attack with the chain sword. So, 3 of them. That one misses. On 2s. And 1 is saved, but she gets squished anyway because the hammer has 3 damage on each hit. And then he consolidates 3 inches into this direction because he does not want to get attacked by this. Okay. Next thing would be this squad against the Demonids and the Terminator squad as well as the Possessed. So Possessed will attack, don't have to pie in, everybody is in close combat. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Possessed remaining. We get 3 attacks this time, so that is 33 attacks, quite the difference to before. Alright, so one thing I just remembered is, how long does this stratagem apply? Until the end of the phase. Alright, so this would not apply now, so that's what I thought. Alright, so Possessed will attack. Hitting on 3s. Fortunately, because they missed a lot of the tanks. But they got a lot of 3s as well. And winning on 3s. And I believe they have -2. Yeah, AP -2, 1 damage. With the horrifying mutations. So we will have not enough guys actually. We have 4 neophytes remaining that we will try to kill first, and they are all dead. And then we have 5-up saves on the rest, so 4 more dead there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. All right. So that's 8 guys dead from that squad. That's gonna be some harsh leadership. So as you can see, the Possessed are dangerous. Just not as you would expect. So 1 guy did. Because last time they just rolled very badly. Alright, then they would obviously pie in a little bit. So I'll try to pile them in. Because they would have piled in before, but they couldn't make it. And then that's it. So everything else goes into the Demonids, but I think I'll just pie in and remove them, because I don't think the Demonids can possibly survive this against the Terminators and the like. So we will pile these in. And guess these guys as well. But the entire squad is pretty much undamaged, and I believe they have enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so they're dead. That means we have 1, 2, 3 squads that got erased this turn. 2, 3. Because the Herald died. The Herald died. 1 Demonid squad got completely killed. And a second one got completely killed. No, I just had 2 big groups. I was thinking about a 3rd squad, but there is no 3rd squad. Okay. So there is a lot of killing going on. But we have to make some leaderships now. Veteran squad is, I believe, leadership 9. Yeah. So even on the 6 they are fine. The possessed are absolutely fine. This squad here already took a beating to be heard of. Good thing is the Sword Brother is still alive. So we are on a... Grimaldus is still alive because he would give them leadership 9. And together they will make it for sure. So no losses from morale for those. The Demons. 6. Let's see. So they are on 7, 9, so they lose 2 more. And these demons are completely wiped, so nothing happens there. These didn't take any damage. These guys took 3, so they can't possibly fail. And that is morale. Alright, so now comes a very interesting turn where we actually will see what we can do. This is the first time I actually could have done Hysterical Frenzy and then all the heralds die. Feels bad, man. Alright, so second turn General, second player turn Slaanesh. Because we have done everything that we want to. And obviously we will advance with everything that we have. Because we need some reinforcements. Although we are killing a lot of Black Templars, that being said. So Frios will jump their way forward. Into where? I mean, they will advance for sure, because there's still the Mask of Slaanesh being around, so we can still advance and still charge. So let's see how far they can go. They can go 17 inches, so they can go pretty much wherever they want to at this point. So I will jump them over here, just so they have some options to attack the Terminators or whatever they want to. The Fiends will make sure that nobody runs away, because that's their only job. But I'll run the Demonids first, I think. The question is, can they go far enough? 7 plus 8. Yes, they will be in charge range, so as long as I get the mask back here, we should be fine. So how far can they go? They can go 9 inches. Which will be very crucial for getting into the close combat. Then the Furies here will go 14. So they will make it in for sure. I'll put them all around here. The mask will try to come closer so we can actually see where she ends up. Oh, easy. Alright, she goes a 14 if she wants to. And I guess we will put her 6 inches away from the Demonids, which is over here, in between the Furies. So now everybody that advances can still charge and try to make it in. We have a 11 here. Oh, they're actually going pretty far. They're going right into the building. I actually have to gizmo that. Like so. So, alright, I didn't expect them to make it, but they are within 8 inches, so they should be able to make that charge. I have to see if the who is the best option to kill the Emperor's Champion, because I can't leave him alone. He's pretty nasty. So we have 4 attacks on these guys. We have the barbed one, we have dissecting claws, which will still give him a 3 up, but then we have the 2 damage per guy. Okay, I think the fiends will just try to destroy the Hammernators, because they have the best profile against them. So I move that fiend over here. That fiend goes here. A little bit further. He's pretty much in the ruin. I'm not bothering putting him down, but he would be able to get there no matter what. This fiend over here. Seeker Chariot. Goes over there. So we can crash into both of these and hit both of these with the mortal wounds. This Seeker Chariot will actually do exactly that I just said, and this one will move aside. That one here will advance. That's a reroll. Easy. 18 inches, so he can actually go all the way around, I guess. Yeah, no issue. It can go all the way around and try to crash into these guys or into the lieutenant as it wants to. These Furies will go 14 inches. So we go right in front of him. The Demonids will advance. Not enough. 8. Let's go 2.5. Then 8 in there. Yeah, I don't know. They will be inside of the building for now. I'll not bother moving them because I don't think they will be a factor, and we don't want to waste time here. Like so, and then the cultists will move 7. I don't think they will make it into the funny part of the game anyway. Okay. Believe that's everything. Yeah, the important thing is the first demonid here, because that's the actual range of their attack, which is 9 inches. They do not have the banner and everything, so that's a little bit harder to do. Alright, and then finally the sorcerer has to move, because obviously he is a little bit where do we go? Not sure what to do with the sorcerer. The sorcerer can actually punch these guys really badly, but I'm afraid he will take the thunder hammer to the face and immediately die. So I'm not too profound of that happening. And if I attack Grimaldus, the honor guard will take the wounds for him. So I guess we'll just try to smash the lieutenant for now. Let's go over here. Tom, yes, but it depends where you're measuring from. If you pick up the unit and just move the 9, you still have the same distance, as long as you always have the same. And if you press tab and everything, the distance is always the same. It doesn't matter. You can do either way. Just this one is faster. That's why I do it. But it's not wrong by any means. All right. Psychic. We do psychic with the sorcerer. He will try to cast Delightful Agony on the possessed again, and I think it was a 6, right? 6. Yes, it is a 6, and this in this case, we will actually try to use another one for the Crusaders and see if they can deny. They can deny. Nice. So no delight for agonies this time. And then we try to smite the lieutenant. Just to see, oops, whether we can get rid of him. Yeah, and we do it. Hey, and the lieutenant is toast because he does not have anything against that, and he already lost 2 wounds to the other guys. So smite it down. Alright, so that's nice. So the sorcerer can go for the Vanguard squad instead. And they also score a point for this. I believe the Vanguard squad is very, very dead. Alright. Do I need to do anything else for Psychic? No, because all my other Psychics unfortunately did get absolutely demolished this this game. I'm gonna drop the Fiend down. He's triggering me because he's not actually up there and I have him up there. There we go. Can he actually make it to the land ray? He can. Oh, maybe he should actually move it. So now we have to declare a bunch of charges, and here the order is actually really important. So first of all, let's do the sorcerer. Obviously declares the charge here, not very far. Inches. Doesn't really matter where he needs to go. Let's go right here. The Seeker Chariot will also declare a charge. 4 inches is enough. Crash. The Demonids back here also declare a charge against here because they can't go any further. 5 inches is probably not enough. Nope, that is not enough by any means. We still have 2 command points to reroll if we want to. I'm not sure if you want to though. No, I don't want to. I think it's a little bit overkill. Alright, so we have Fiends into the Terminators and the Seekers as well. Fiends will obviously automatically make it. Yeah, let's just move them in. There's no reason to roll for these because they are 1 inch away. Same goes for this Fiend. Actually, this Fiend will try to make it into the Land Raider because I don't think I need everything. So into the Land Raider. Makes it with a 9. Does it? Yeah, it does make it for sure. Although we would get to Overwatch, right? I'm not even sure. How much does he have? 6, 12, 24. 1850 points in total. 4 and the 12. And then we have 4 hits. No issue. And then the other 12. Oops, that was not good. 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah. See if that helps. Just 1 hit. Come on. Nope, not even a wound. Okay. So the Fiend drops down to 2 wounds, and then it makes the charge. Rah. That's actually really nasty because it can't fall back when it finds the Fiend. But okay. Secret Chariot here automatically makes it in, but the other one will charge first. So let's see if that one makes it in as well. Whoops. Come on, Secret Chariot. 3 inches only, okay. So this will be only 1. Although he gets to Overwatch, of course. Let's not take his Overwatch away. Hey! Like the hero he wants to be. And it is actually a wound. It's a 5-up. Okay. Seeker Chariot doesn't take any damage, but the Emperor's champion still got to get his hits in, obviously. 4 inches is enough to get into both of these, but the Terminators obviously don't have Overwatch. So we just go like this, so we have enough space. It's too far. Goes to here. So it can actually crash the Terminator and the Emperor's champion. Obviously he can't Overwatch anymore, which is nice. And then we can attack with everything else. The Furies will also attack. Obviously they don't have to roll either because they are very, very close. Like so. So these Demonids can also do their thing once they actually get here. The only problem is these are out of range, so they cannot declare their charges because they advanced this turn. These Demonids, however, can declare their charges because they are near the mask. And 7 inches is plenty to get into the champion. So he will pay for being up so close. This is a little bit annoying with all the measuring through the buildings. And then the Mask of Slaanesh can actually make a charge into something. I believe into the Terminators. I'm not sure if I want to lose her to the Terminators, but then again we get to attack with everything before the Terminators would get to attack, so... yeah, the Mask will try to charge her her way in, so 7 is fine. And then we have 5 more Furies that will also try to charge. And they make it easily in. 7 is fine. Is it? Yeah, totally fine. Because they get to pie in and everything. It's no big deal. Whoops. Doesn't land on the Terminator though. It's not legal, I believe. Actually, it landed on his body. Alright, that's a lot of demons. So the only thing that actually failed was the Demonids, and everybody else did to get... oh, I forgot these here. These should have tried... oh, are they in range even? No, they're not in range. Okay, that's fine. So all the charges actually went as expected. These obviously did not charge. Alright, let's go for the Terminators first, because I'm very interested to see how the Seeker Chariots go. Seeker Chariots are a little bit weird, but they can do their job. So first of all, we go for the Scything Impact. So every time you finish a charge move with these things, you go roll a d6 for each model within 1 inch, and on a 6 they suffer a mortal wound. Right? Hang on a second. Can't read anything because of chat. Come on. Because I rarely get to use these. D6 for each enemy model within 1 inches. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So we have the Emperor's Champion. Then we have the Terminator, 2 of them. Nice, that's a mortal wound on a Terminator. Crash. And then we have the other one just hitting 1 Terminator. Okay. So Scything Impact hits twice there. Then let's do this one as well. I just don't want to forget them. So that's 2 hits on the Vanguard Squad. And that does not do anything to them. Alright. So, attacking with the Seeker Chariot, I guess. We have the Exalted Allurus, which hits on 3s, I believe, with 4 attacks. Also has Lashes of Torment, but obviously she's gonna attack with a Piercing Claws. And we also have the rest. So we have 4 attacks with her, 4 attacks with the claws. And how many charioteers do we have? We have 1. Yeah. All right. So 1, 2. We can do these together, right? Yeah, we can. All right. 3s. Roll the rest here. 2 Rens. Okay. So that's in ones. Make them. And then the normal attacks. Hitting on 3s as well. Oh, 2 more wounds. Why not? And I believe that is nothing because the lashing tonics do not have any AP. I think they're just strength 4 and nothing else. Yep. Alright, so nothing from that one. And then the other one. Oh, actually, no. We have 2 more hits here. My bad. We're hitting the Terminators on 2s because obviously I declare them with the Mask of the Slaanesh, so they get +1 to hitting these guys. My bad. So I should have had 2 more, which is another rend, another wound. So that's a big deal, actually. Should have forgot that. I will make the in-one save, and 1 armor save is failed, so that is 1 Terminator dead. Then the Chariot number 2 attack. Actually, these things has 5 attacks. I already patch notes this last time. Why do I keep forgetting my own patch ups? Whatever. All the chariots pretty much have 5 attacks because of the allures. Makes sense. Alright. That's not good wounding though. That is not enough power, I believe, because she is only strength 4. I think. Yeah, strength 4. Alright, so that's nothing. Then the this one I should have rolled with that together. That's 1 less attack, but it misses anyway. And then the tongue from the 2 steeds here, hitting on 2s, winning on 4s, 2 up save, easy peasy, nothing happens, as expected. Then we have the Mask of Slaanesh going at it with 5 clawing attacks. Hitting on 2s and wounding on 4s as well, I believe. Yeah, strength 4, so wounding on 4s. And any attack that goes through here causes 2 wounds, so this is actually pretty nasty. So in 1 saves. Ooh, 2 Terminators get sliced and diced. That is not good for business. Let's take these 2. Then we have the Fiends of Slaanesh. 3 attacks with the Dissecting Claws, 1 with the Barbed Tail. Tail first, doesn't hit, of course. And then the Dissecting Claws, that's a wound, and that's a save. Then the next one, Tail and Claws. Tail misses again, god damn it. Claws, cause a wound. That's a cocked die. And the Terminator is fine, okay. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did these guys actually charge? Did I miss these freebies? Huh, interesting. Whatever. Shit happens. So the Furies. Also... Oh no, I think they're hitting on 3s, right? They are not that good. I would be very surprised if they would hit on 3s. Nope, they are weapon skill 4. So, just hitting on 3s because of the mask. But they're wounding on 4s for sure, because they have extra strength 4. And nothing, of course. Alright, then we have another 5. 10 attacks. This time hitting on 4s because we're not hitting the target that the lady is hitting. Alright, 2 up saves. And that is 1 save failed, so the Emperor's Champion drops down to 3 wounds. And then we will pile in with the Demonids. But everybody should be able to get in, yeah. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the Alluris. And they have 2 attack space. That's a cocked die. Alright, that's a lot of attacks. And we're looking for those sweet 6s. We have a rent, which is passed, and an armor save, which is failed. Alright. And then last but not least, we have some more Fury action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's fine. Okay. I guess we go to the next fight because we don't have anything else here to fight. I guess we can do this feat of Slaanesh. So barbed tail hits. Hey, finally we do hit something with the barbed tail. The barbed tail has a better profile than the rest. The vicious barbed tail is strength user AP -3 D3 damage. Strength user is strength 4 though. So the Land Raider will only get hurt on 6s. Dank. Nope. And then the rest of the attacks. Serrated Claws. Missing horribly. And not wounding anything, because they are also base strength 4. Unmodified. But it will shimmy around a little bit. Okay. I believe that's all the demons on top of here. So now we can go to the fight down here. So let's do the Seeker Chariot real quick. We have 5 attacks from the Chariot. Doing nothing. Oh, that's not good. Charioteer, sorry, forgot about her. Charioteer does 1. And it's a rent. Cool. So that is -4, so that is 1 dead dude. This one. And then we have the lashing tongues. Trying to lick them. That is a cocked one, but doesn't look like anything. Nope, that is nothing. Then we have the Sorcerer. Sorcerer has 5 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hits all of them. That's actually pretty nasty because he's wounding them on 3s. And this is AP -2, so we have 5 ups. So 2 guys die. And now we actually have to kill some axes, I believe. Yep. Have to kill 2 axes. Then his steed. Nom nom. 2 attacks, 2 hits, 2 wounds, 2 death. Holy moly, the steed is really hungry apparently. This one. And then the demonids also get to pile in and fight. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One of them is a Alluris still. So we have 4, 8 times 2 plus 1. That's 2 cocked. Hitting on 3s. wounding on 5s, rending on 6s, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4 6s. Alright, so that is probably the end of the squad. But we have one sneaky storm shield that might be able to tank some of them on the Vanguard Veteran Sergeant. Alright, 3 up, storm shield. Alright, so much for that. Heroic death instantly. So that is 2 points. Alright, so they all die, so we get to do our consolidation towards here. This obviously would also get consolidation, but to be honest, I don't care too much. The only thing I would care is if they could fit, but the Seeker Chariot can't fit. Okay, and then the last squad that actually gets to fight is the Possessed. But obviously I just choose to fight with them first, because this was technically all charging still. So we do our Possessed now. So first of all, they will pile in, but everybody will be in combat no matter what, pretty much. If anything, they have too much choices. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 still remaining. I will reroll this one, I think, because I really want them to fight. And I hope I get a better random attack. Nice, 3 attacks, so that's 33 attacks again. So that was a very good command reroll. Good thing I saved some points. Ooh, that is a lot of 2s though. A lot of 2s. Winning on 3s. And armor saves. That looks like a dead squad to me. They have 3 up armor saves, so they only saving on 5s because they AP -2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys die. Maybe the Sport Brother's still alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, he dies. Alright, so everybody is gone this time. And the Possessed will consolidate. We have this victory points. I don't have to roll. This is old habit. Sorry, we do not roll for consolidation moves. This is just 3 inches flat. And we will obviously consolidate into the other squad. Obviously, the Land Raider can't get out of here yet, but you know, just in case. So we will consolidate into the chaplain, because we don't want to mess with his honor guard. Let's just stay away a little bit. As long as we don't get away further from the honor guard, that's fine, and we weren't in combat with them, so we are more than 1 inch away from these guys because they didn't join the fight. Okay, that was a lot of wiping. So now we go to this fight here. We go for fire 5, 6. Nice, 1 hit, 1 wound. And how much damage does he deal? I guess just 1. So I guess we drop 1 wound for the Fiend. Grimaldus gets to slap the Possessed with his, 3 attacks. I'm assuming he's gonna hit on 2s and everything, because he's a chaplain. Rerolling. Generating 1 extra attack. Rerolling. No. He's winning on 3s, which he does. and he has, I believe, -1 or -2. I think it's just -1 because it is a Crusader Squad. I rarely fight with champions, so I don't actually know. Yeah, it's actually only +1 strength. I didn't know that. All right, so saves and oh no, feel no pain actually. Wow, so he kills 2 guys. Do we have any damaged ones? I don't think so. That was a good punch by him for sure. All right, and then he will stay where he is because there's no point in consolidating him. Actually, you can consolidate a little bit further away from this mess over there. Okay, then we have the Emperor's Champion, who has pretty much the choice of what to hit. I believe he will hit the Chariot because it does a lot of damage and he has enough power to fight. He will only get his 4 attacks though because there's no champion around because I made sure he doesn't get into range of any champions. He's strength 6. And I believe the Chariot is just toughness 5. Let's have a look. Seeker Chariot is toughness 5, correct. So he will deal 2 damage here. And I think it's D3 per hit. Nice, so it deals 4 damage to the Chariot and drops down to 2 wounds remaining. Okay, and then we have 2 Terminators. Obviously they will split their attacks onto both Fiends, because we really need to take those out, and the Thunderhammer might be able to do it. I killed the Sergeant by accident, but he's supposed to be in there, of course. So, the Non-Sergeant fails horribly, and then the Sergeant on the other Fiend, that's a cocked one, hits twice, wounds on 2s, 5 ups. No, his Fiend is dead, so he kills 1 Fiend. The weaker one actually, hits Birdman. Alright, gives him 1 victory point, and that's it. They are leadership 9 and they lost 3 guys, so I believe they're just fine. Because they can't possibly fail. These guys can't fail either. These guys are all dead, so it doesn't matter. And this is just didn't do anything. This didn't do anything. Demonists didn't get even attacked because everything died before they did. And I believe that's it. Alright. So turn... No, it's still turn 2, player turn 2. It's just amazing how fast these games go when the armies move as quick and everything. I really did not expect that going that fast, but I mean, it's all close combat, right? Alright, so the question is, can the Templars do anything? Because I think they just get overrun. This stuff here is actually doing it. The main army got pretty much decimated, but the Possessed are still going strong. Sorcerer is still lurking around. Landray is absolutely occupied for the rest of the game, pretty much, because the Fiend will not let him retreat. He cannot retreat from it, so he has to fight it another round, and then he has to kill it, otherwise the Seeker Chariot can just bind him for the rest of the game. It doesn't matter if he doesn't die, because everybody else will be dead. This squad here will be wiped rather quickly, but I think the only game plan we have right now is sending these guys here into with Grimaldos into the Possessed and try to take them out, because this stuff here will kill them for sure, and the Terminators will just have to stand their ground and fight. They can't do anything. They can't run away. We don't have enough shooting to fight this, So we have to just stand our ground and fight, which is what they do anyway, so that's fine. Alright, so Honor Guard will do the honorable thing and actually fight with Grimaldus instead of dying. Everybody else will just move in line to fight the possessed once and for all. So far they're not doing very well against them. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. If I put him with the 1 inch, it's obviously not legal, but you know. It's at this point it doesn't really matter. I think everybody will be able to fight if I just move them around here. I'm just too lazy because the building will block me. But in theory everybody should be in range. Okay. Nothing else can really move because this is here. These guys are locked in combat and they're not going anywhere. So let's go. Alright, shooting. We cannot shoot here except Grimaldus. He can shoot his plasma pistol. Hits. Wounds. In one save. Doesn't do anything. And the Emperor's champion can try to shoot a demonette, I guess. But he misses, I believe. I think he's just good at fighting, not at shooting. Okay. That Rare can't do anything. And then we can go for the charge. So charging in here. And obviously we make it automatically. Because there's no reason why we wouldn't. And again, we could have wrapped around here. So let's assume everybody makes it in. Because that would be the right thing to do. And now comes the point where we can actually wipe the possessed just because the stratagem removed their Pheno Pain, which they would have had right now. And I think that it might be able to kill the possessed in this turn. Okay. Obviously we have to start with this fight because as soon as this fight is over, everybody else here will fight. Because of Quicksilver swiftness. That's the big issue. We will win fights just because of this. Alright, so let's go. We have Honor Guard. 2 of them with 2 attacks each. Hitting on 2s, I believe. I'll look it up afterwards. Okay, now it's actually important of whether or not they hit on 2s because we have 2 hits if they do. No, unfortunately they do not. Okay, so 2 attacks hit. Wounding on 4s. And in 1 save. No. So that is 1 damage on a possessed. Because they have power swords and they slice through the armor. And then we will go with the Crusader Squad because Grimaldus has the 2 damage Crucius Arcanum and I don't want to waste him on the possessed here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19. They have their 20 guys. And as I said, we assume they are all in. So that is 20 dice minus 1 because one of them has a special weapon. All of these guys have 2 attacks because of the chainswords. And then we have 2 attacks from the Thunderhammer and 1 attack from the chainsword extra. Alright. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling. Very nice hits. Look at that. Wounding on 4s. Oh, actually, I had rolled 6s there. Okay, let's keep this stuff. I keep forgetting about his special ability, but I think... Actually, I do not. I remember it all the time, but not this time. Let's say this is the extra text that they generate. There we go. That makes a difference, right? Do we have to wound? Huh, never mind. So 1 more wound. Where is it? Is this the right one? Yeah, I think so. Alright. Whoop. Ouch. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds only. That is not really that much. Really good armor save this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then Grimaldus will go next with 3 attacks. Hope. Actually, the Thunder Hammer and so on will go. So Thunder Hammer. Nice, gets an extra attack and gets to reroll. Nah. So extra attack. Misses, reroll. God damn it. Okay, so 2's the wound, and here was a 1, of course. Shitty Thunder Hammer doesn't do anything. Chainsword. Misses. Reroll. Hits. 4+. Wounds. 3 armor save. Saved. Right, now Grimaldus goes with his 3 attacks. Rerolling. 3. Only 1 wound. And 1 save. And it is saved. Ooh, that is a hard saving. The Possessed really did not fail any saves this time. They did lose a lot of saves earlier when they shouldn't have, but this time nothing happened pretty much. I mean, yes, 3 Possessed died, but that's not even enough to force a morale test, and now they will get just punched in the eye sockets, I believe. But okay. The mask, is she even in combat still? No, she's not. Okay. So the mask is out. The Seekers are also out, but the rest here can still fight, and obviously we fight before the rest of the Black Templar. Or actually we can fight here first. I don't care. Because these are Emperor's children after all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys still remaining. Let's put 2 into Grimaldus. No, we don't. Just attack. So 4, 5, 6. Only get 6 attacks this time. And miss them horribly. And we do not do well on the wounding either. Okay, so pretty much nothing happens with the Possessed here. Interesting. That's pretty much a stalemate. Alright, so let's go to the Fiend. So Fiend Barb Tail misses, of course. Because they are not in combat with the mask anymore. Holy moly, what is happening? Then the Furies. Furies actually hit decently. But they don't wound very well. Hey, but they cause a wound. Hallelujah. So 1 Terminator drops a wound. And then we have like tons of attacks on the Emperor's Champion. Let's start with the Seeker. So we have 5. And then another 2. Come on, they keep missing this time. Oh, I keep forgetting just to the Fallen Emperor, by the way. I really suck with Chaos Space Marines. I haven't played them in a long time, you can see. This is a invuln save, which he makes, of course. And the other ones are no wounds. And then we have the licking of the tongues. All hitting. 3 wounds, not bad. Is he gonna be licked to get death? Looks like it. Nope, he's saving like a boss. Easy peasy. Alright. So we have the Demonids. Again, all the attacks. Come on, can you actually hit something? Yes, they can. Okay, this is doing much better. There's also some Rends in here, which is nice. That one is saved, and then the Rends. Holy moly, he's tanking like a boss. The Emperor's Champion does not die. Alright. The what's that called? The Furies. Ooh, the Fury is doing a very good job this time. But his armor holds strong. He is running around with a 2-up save for good reason. I think he survived, right? We have all of these. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, okay, he survives. Easy peasy. So the Terminator dropped a wound and he did not. And these guys pretty much didn't do anything at all. So that went pretty well for them. Then we have one more Fiend of Slaanesh. Dissecting Claws actually hits something. Barbed Tail doesn't hit anything. Sixes, no. And then we can go to Black Templar. Fighting in their old combat phase. Whatever. Oh yeah, sorry. This is not right. We need 2, 4, 6 for the Land Raider. It hits. It doesn't wound. Okay. I guess it's stuck another round. Okay. Then the Terminators get to hit the Fiend again. So we have 4, 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s. Can they finally do it? Looks like they can. Ooh, okay, the Fiend is dead. Splat. Then the Emperor's Champion is going to try to kill that goddamn Seeker Chariot, if it's the last thing he will do. Probably he will, but, you know. 3 6s, because that's how he rolls. But then he fails terribly on the wounding part, which is not good. It's just 1 wound, and there's an inwound save present. And that's 1 wound. Nice. So, 1 wound should be enough, because it's D3 damage. Ah, goddammit. He might be tanking like a boss, but he's not killing anything either. But, I mean, considering the situation, I think that's fair enough. Okay. I believe that is it, though. Alright, let's go to turn 3. Play turn 3 demons. They score another point here for the Fiend. And then we will go and see if we can squish this. If I squish this, I think the game should be over, pretty much. So don't mind me, I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit. For some reason these Furies are never in close combat. Really weird. Let's get this one over here. These will also be in close combat. I don't have that much time left for this evening, so I'll just drop them here. We know they can make it. I mean, they are very, very fast. Everything I have here is just with bare movement within 1 inch. And actually this one not. Let's put this one on here because it can't drive through the building for obvious reasons. But he can. He can just fit in here because there is some room left. Yep. Okay. These ladies moving forward. These ladies are moving forward. This one here is falling back. So these ladies can get in here. These ladies are moving forward here somewhere. The Mask of Slaanesh is gonna come over here and try to punch them in the face. And that's it. So these here will make a, well, no, 5-inch charge. Check. They make it. These here will all automatically be in because there's no reason to fail. These here might be able to make it. Yep, they do. It's another 10 here. This one here cannot charge. This one here is automatically in. These here are also in, most likely. No, they're not. They're just blocked. And the cultists can just, you know, move somewhere here. Okay. One last thing I will do is I will use my last command point in an attempt to actually kill these things off as fast as I can. I will go for Access of Violence. Oh no, I don't. I will go for Veterans of the Long War. So we can add to all wound rolls made for the Emperor's Children right there. And they will try to move them. This is one time I will actually remember using my my Veterans of the Long War in combination with Death to the False Emperor. So let's go in here. Oh yeah, actually I need to do my Psychic real quick, because this is really important and I want to give the Templars another stratagem try, I guess. Alright, so I will cast the Delightful whatever on them. I succeed yet again. Do they succeed to deny once again? They do. They're still strong against the witch, even after all that happened. But we have a second power called Smite, and I'll attempt to smite Grimadius because he's the closest model. Smite him in the face. It goes off. Oh, not two of them, just one. And it is 2 damage to his face. It goes down to 2. Alright. So let's do the obvious thing first. Since he is the Emperor's Children, the Sorcerer will absolutely try to kill Grimaldus. Come on, he had such an epic position before and now it's bugging out. Come on. Come on, Sorcerer. Sorcerer can't make it. He's getting stuck on something. I mean, it doesn't matter. I could just move this one around here and he would have room no matter what, because it's still the same distance. Whatever. So, Sorcerer. Try to show him what's good, so they can't fight back. Break their morale. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. 4+. Uh-oh. That's 1 wound. And that is him dead, because I have my 2 damage from the 1 attack, and Grimaldus actually gets slain by the Sorcerer. Alright, so that one is dead. Now it's much easier to plow through the rest, pretty much. We have some scything impacts here. We have 3 units getting hit, because I love overrunning some dudes. Nope, doesn't work. We have an impact over here on the Terminator. Also doesn't work. This one did not charge, so it can't do anything. And then I'll just do the possessed for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possessed. Alright guys, don't fear me now. I still have 1 more command point, so do some good attacks and I don't have to use it. Alright, this is fine. So they get 2 attacks each. Hitting on 3s. Generating 1 more attack. That misses. Alright. Oh, this is actually a cocked die. And 1 more attack here. Which hits. Nice. Oh, that's too many. God damn it. There we go. Alright. Wounding on 2s. Because of the thing, and good thing too, because there was a horrible roll. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys dead because of the -2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's almost all the neophytes gone. Then we will try to lick them to death. Schlop. Nice. Yep. That's another one dead. And then we have 4, 5 attacks. Whoa. And the charioteer all hitting. And 1 death. And then armor saves. Ooh, very good armor saves. But there is one initiate going down. Then we have 5 more attacks from the Furies times 2, because they have 2 each. Really have to hurry now. They're hitting not that bad because of the mask. So hitting on 3s then, wounding on 4s. Come on. So 4 wounds. Nice. 2 more dead. Nom nom. And then we have, I don't know how many. I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 girls. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times 2 plus 1 for the Alluris, which is still alive. I know that. They are hitting on 2s, and thank goodness they do, because that is not a lot of hits otherwise. And come on, give me some rents here. That is 1 auto death and not so many wounds. Although that is 3 guys dead now. And 1, 2, 3. And there's 3 left and the SWAT brother. Then we have a ton of attacks here on the Emperor's Champion and the Terminators. Let's see if those die finally. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my goodness. Oh, they actually might. So this is 1 unmodified. Yes, that is 1 dead. And then we have the licking attacks, which we can chain together with the Furies because it's the same profile. Actually, we cannot, but I actually made it correctly. Just 2. Hey, Terminators takes another wound. And you have anything else? Oh, I guess they have the mask of Slaanesh. Yeah, she's in. Put her exactly between the 2. So obviously, she's gonna influence this one, but she can attack the other squad because I know I don't need her on the other side. So that's 5. I obviously should have attacked with her first, but that's fine. And he's okay. And I don't know how many attacks. Let's say we have 20 and we have another 7 from over there. 7, 14. Trying to do math here, it's pretty hard. And 2 Alluris. Alright, Emperor's Champion. This is your time to shine. See if you can make it. So that is not that many wounds, so you might be able to survive it still. Honor for the chapter. Yep, easy peasy. And invuln saves. God damn it. He almost made it. He dies on the last wound remaining because of the rents. But he dies like a hero for sure. He's fighting. Actually, the Terminators survived it, but that's just because nobody cares and everybody's trying to kill the rest of the guys. And I'm sure I missed a lot of other stuff here. Alright, but I think we can end it here because I really need to go. But it was pretty close in the end, I think, because there is not that much Black Templars left, but there's also not that many Slaanesh demons left. The majority is basically the reinforcements. The later squads actually dealt with them, and the Emperor's Champion pretty much stalled the entire assault by himself. If the other ones would have made it in earlier, then the Sport Brethren will just die immediately, and those were the ones that were pulling the most weight because where they were fighting the possessed the entire time, pretty much. Um, yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. It was closer than it should have, probably, but that's because Slaanesh is just not as good as Khorne. I mean, both Black Templar and Slaanesh demons are not the top tier, I would say, but they're still fun to play. I like both of them, I think. And I really think the Black Templar stuff did a lot of stuff here. We got the successful charge roll, which wiped the demons, which needed to happen in that game. We also got the kill out on the Herald, which was absolute key. If the Heralds would have stayed alive, then the Black Templars would have lost way earlier. And if the psychic powers went off as I wanted them to, then obviously they would have had a much easier time. And in this case, the stratagem for the Black Templars actually did something. I didn't do much else with the stratagems, but I wanted to keep it fluffy and everything and fine. And obviously Grimaldos did a great job because he held the entire crew together with his leadership 9, which the guys usually do not have, except the veterans. And the rerolling and the 6s on top of this did a lot of damage to the possessed and the like, which is not really that easy to do, and considering these are Space Marines and you do not have as much close combat options as others have. But I really liked it. That's well, I like it when the game is just a slaughter fest of everything. I'm sure I messed up a bunch of routes. I should have had Death to the False Emperor like thousands ago. And there's probably some stratagems I forgot to use. I should have used them in the beginning. But I got greedy. I thought I didn't need them, but I actually did because I messed up the possessed attacks. The random attacks is really, really bad. If I would have had warp talents, they would have teared through these squads way faster, and would have been just as survivable, I guess, because they simply kill faster than they get killed. That's the one thing I can take away. Also, warp talents would have taken out Grimaldo's turn 1 because they could have jumped across him if I got the psychic power off. Obviously, I didn't, so they wouldn't have either, but they had the option to do so. So I would try this with a different setup later. And see how it goes. Alright, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And as always, happy wargaming.